We're delighted to have Andrew Garfield with us this morning. He's playing Spider-Man on the big screen this summer, but before that, he's making his Broadway debut in Death of a Salesman, a classic. It's a play which is already breaking box office records, even though it's only in previews. It opens on March 15th for a 16-week limited engagement. We're delighted to have you back with us.
Thank you for having me.
As I was telling you in the break, already a Saturday in April. I've got my matinee tickets.
Oh, good. Well, I hope
Can't
that
wait to
shows.
see it.
I hope that we do it justice
I'm
on
sure
that particular
you will.
day.
I've already heard great things, especially from one of our family members, Mike Nichols, who is the director, of course, married to Diane Sawyer.
Yes.
And he had some wonderful things to say about you, saying that you have a commanding presence, that you are a true, talented, dedicated actor. What was it like working with Mike, a legend?
He's obviously not all as smart as I thought he was, because it's a dream. We were just talking before, and it's like I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to think about it. I want to.
You're looking for some wood to knock on, aren't you?
It's hard to. It's hard to accept, you know, how lucky I am to be in a room with a man like that, and not only as a director but as a human being. And you can see, and Diane as well. They're both cut from the same humanitarian cloth. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah.
I'm glad you feel the same way about him that we do. Yeah. Your character, Biff, I think is one, Andrew, that the audience can truly relate with. Just tell people who are not familiar with the play about your character and about the play.
It's a big one, right? It's very pertinent to now. It's about so many things. It's very, very difficult to sum up. I think the play works on so many different levels: subconscious, unconscious, conscious, and it's. I think one of the main things about Biff is that he's trying to find himself, and I think we can all relate to that. And I think it's impossible for me to talk about, but it's a very modern play somehow. Even though it was written in 1948. 49. It's about now. It's more about now than
it's ageless, really.
Yeah, truly,
you can really. And then your dad is played by none other than Philip Seymour Hoffman, who is such. You talk about a dedicated actor, and I know that he gave you some advice or shared some things that you really appreciated as an actor.
Yeah, I think again in the same vein as being with Mike, like Phil has such a pure dedication to his work, and he does it for the correct reasons from my own perspective. Like he puts on his hat after every show and puts on his scarf, puts up his collar and walks home, gets on the subway, and he shows up at work and he never stops searching and attempting to discover, and he's an artist, and I think an actor being an artist in this day and age feels like a rarity. So when you see that, when you witness that, it's kind of like you're drawn to it. Well, I am anyway, and you know, you kind of want to learn whatever you can from a person like that, and on top of which he's also incredibly talented.
Oh, he's the whole
package. You can't escape that.
And the time we have left, Spider-Man. Come on, that. What was it like with the first time you put on the outfit?
It was a mixed moment. It was, I have to say, it was incredibly overwhelming, of course, and but I didn't quite identify with it because one amazing thing about Spider-Man is the only superhero that you can't see any skin color, and so I think that's why he's so kind of universally relatable and loved. Whereas Batman, you can see it's a white guy on the thing and whatever. And I think with that, it didn't feel like me. There was something kind of liberating about that. I think that's probably how Peter Parker feels as well. He's like, oh, I'm not me anymore. I can be whatever I need to be or whatever I want to be, and that creates mischief. That creates. There's a lot to talk about with that as well. But
there is.
It was a fun role to play.
You were born here in the States, but grew up in England. So do you have the English accent when you play Spider-Man? No. No, that would be so weird, and kind of blasphemous if I did that. No. My dad still has his accent, so I feel like I have a nice cheat that I can kind of like get in because I've had it in my ear all my life with it. So I've kind of attempted to be as true to that Queen's kind of dialect as possible. Well, we're looking forward to that and also Death of a Salesman.
Okay,
always a gentleman. Andrew, thank you.
No, very nice to see you. Thank you for having me.
Continued success in all that you do.